The Cornhuskers will host the Buffaloes in the much-anticipated Week 2 clash early in the 2024 season. Getty Images. It was revealed on Monday that Nebraska's clash with Deion Sanders and Colorado on Saturday, September 7 will air in primetime with a 7:30 p.m. ET kickoff on NBC in Week 2 at Memorial Stadium. The former Big 12 rivals will meet for the 73rd time in the final game of a 4-game home-and-home series that was agreed to back in 2018. The first home game of the Sanders era last season was a 36-14 statement win over Nebraska to improve to 2-0 for the first time since 2020. Colorado star quarterback Shedeur Sanders overcame a slow start and finished with 393 yards on 31 of 42 passing with 3 total touchdowns. Colorado allowed a season-high 8 sacks against the Cornhuskers in that game, foreshadowing future issues with the offensive line that prompted Sanders to completely overhaul the unit for the second consecutive season. The Buffaloes allowed 56 sacks during the 2023 campaign and dropped 8 of their final 9 games to finish 4-8. Sanders and Nebraska coach Matt Rhule both enter year 2 with expectations of leading their respective programs to a bowl game. Nebraska was on the doorstep of reaching its first bowl game since 2016 but dropped 4 consecutive games to Michigan State, Maryland, Wisconsin and Iowa to finish 5-7. Nebraska's matchup with Colorado could loom large in both programs taking the next step. Here are 4 early storylines to track with the coveted time slot announced for the showdown. Who wins the Colorado-Nebraska DL battle? The matchup that could ultimately decide this game will be Colorado's new-look offensive line against Nebraska's stout defensive front that ranked inside the top 20 nationally in rush defense and total sacks in 2023. Colorado ranked near the bottom in almost every offensive line category last season, which led to a complete overhaul. The Buffaloes brought in first-time offensive line coach Phil Loadholt to replace Bill O'Boyle, and the Buffaloes added blue-chip tackle Jordan Seaton from the 2024 recruiting cycle to pair with transfer portal additions Peyton Kirkland, Texas, Khalil Benson, Indiana, and Tyler Johnson, Houston. The depth of Nebraska's defensive line is what makes it a strength. While Nash Hutmacher, Jamari Butler and Ty Robinson headline the list of returners, 8 different Nebraska defensive linemen recorded at least 100 snaps last season. If Nebraska can get to the quarterback at the same level it did last season, the edge could be in its favor. Will star freshman Dylan Raiola lead the Nebraska offense? Raiola is the current front-runner to win the starting quarterback job this season. The former 5-star signal caller and the second-ranked player at his position in the 2024 recruiting cycle by 247 Sports will be competing with Heinrich Haarberg and Daniel Kellen.